Hey Selcuk, how are you?
Hey Oli, I'm good. How are you doing?
So, a quick interview. We've been working together for 8, 9 weeks now, right?
No, 9 weeks.
Maybe you can quickly say, what do you guys do and how much are you raising?
Sure, yeah. So my name is Selcuk, 31 years old, co-founder of WellSpent. We help people manage their screen time and mindless scrolling, and we're raising 2.5 million euros seed.
Nice. Maybe let's start off with this. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why did you start WellSpent?
I do what I do because I founded 2 companies. One of them I didn't really want to found, the other one I really wanted to found. I founded the first company together with my dad when I was 17 years old. And he also didn't really want to build the company, but he kind of had to, because when I turned 17, he got unemployed and couldn't find another job. So he did what many Turkish immigrants to Germany did, which is starting a business in the cleaning industry. And because I was the only child going to high school, there was a sudden pressure. I kind of had to step in, and I did that. Helped him set up the first website, ran the first Google ads for him, and cold called every company I could find in order to get the first client in. Got rejected from all of them, which in hindsight made sense because I had no idea what I was doing. So I tried to learn everything I could about sales, finances. A couple of weeks later, there was this public bid going on, and I was like, that's going to be the first deal. And because I assumed that business people look very professional, I took on a white shirt, had my notebook under my arm, took the bus to the bid, entered that room. There were 3 people looking very professional. 2 of them were competitors. The other one was the bidder. And I have no idea what happened, but 3 hours later, we had the deal. It was 50K a year. Nice. And I remember this because it was more than my dad did annually in his last job. Super proud. Took the bus home. Told my parents. They were also happy. And then my mom said something that shaped my life. In Turkish, she said something like, "I'm very proud of you, my son. You should become a businessman." And this is when I realized I think I'm good at this, and this might be my ticket out of financial struggle. So I started studying business, assuming this is where you get trained to become a founder. Of course, I didn't find what I was looking for. So at 23, I founded my first own company, which was a B2C e-commerce brand. And I don't have my phone with me, but I helped 100,000 people be more on their phone, because we had those finger grips that you put on your phone to hold it more secure. That's when I realized the world is going into a complete other direction. There's this tsunami coming our ways. And this is why I decided to do WellSpent.
Tsunami of what?
This mental health tsunami called the mindless scrolling.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I get it. So we started working together like 8, 9 weeks ago. Maybe you can briefly say, what was your fundraising situation like before we started working together? How did you feel about it? What kind of effect did it have on you?
Yeah. So when we started working together, we had raised 1.5 million euros in pre-seed from a big group of angel investors. And the reason why I wanted to work with you, or the reason why I needed external support, is because I felt insecure. I felt insecure about the story we could be telling. We have never raised from VCs before, so I wasn't really aware about the structures, how meetings go, how you pitch investors without really pitching them. You want to make sure that you are perceived as unique. So how do you do that? Because I almost had no unique insights about that. So because of that, I just wanted to better understand how all of that works and how we can tell our stories better. And the main outcome I was looking for is I wanted to feel more confident. And that's when we stumbled upon your fantastic content on founder storytelling, and then I was like, I want to talk to that guy.
I like it. Okay, so it was mainly around confidence about the whole process, or just going into the meetings? What kind of confidence?
I mean, almost every part of the fundraising process, starting from how do you effectively design a fundraising process that is efficient, how do you do outreach, how do you identify the right partners, how do you build a deck that makes people want to meet you, how do you talk about yourself, how do you talk about the company, how do you navigate meetings, and how do you make sure that you get a term sheet at the, like the entire funnel. I was looking for confidence for every step of that.
Okay, gotcha. And for all these things, what changed after working with me? Anything come to mind? Any like
easy. I felt extremely confident when we kicked everything off. I think that's the main thing, because it allowed me to completely just focus on the meetings and ensuring that we go into the next ones with everybody. I think the reason why is you made me feel confident because I understood how, it sounds a bit cheesy, but how everything works. It felt like you've done it before, you sat on the other side of the table, which helped me understand how to design and run a process that converts. And yeah, I think this helped me be very confident. And when you can dive into every step of it, like from you, I learned what part of the story is most important. And from you, I learned how to, I mean, we've been the reason why we're doing what we're doing is because like this is a massive opportunity, but I was always lacking the right words and the right analogies to make it extremely easy for everybody we're talking to also see what we're seeing. And you helped me to, and you helped us to find the right words, find the right angle, so everybody else we're talking to can see what we see. And I think this boosted my confidence massively. I'd say like this was 80% of why I felt so confident when things kicked off.
Love it. Any situation come to mind in a meeting or so where you felt like, okay, this is confident. I feel confident about this. And
with you or with investors?
With investors.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the one sign that helped me see that the other person I'm talking to gets what I try to say is those nods, right? They're like, yes. Every time I saw that, I was like, yeah, they're getting it. They're getting it. And the more I saw it, I don't know what it was, but the more hyped I was.
The nod along, yeah.
Exactly. And I was looking for them. And the more I saw them happening, the more confident I was about not only the story, but that they're seeing what we're seeing, which significantly increases the likelihood of them wanting to partner with us.
That's a huge thing. You have a specific vision. How do you translate it to investors, right? How do they see what you see?
And yeah, and it's so difficult. I mean, maybe a bit of a weird picture, but you might remember that if you want to support a friend, for example, it's always easier to support them with anything that they're going through than it's for yourself, because of course, in our heads within the founding team, we have all those voices and we have all those pictures of the future that we're seeing. But bringing this into the simplest form that's accessible for others, so difficult. And I would say I'm extremely good with words, but it was difficult for me to make it approachable for a person that has never talked to me and that's investing not his or her own money, but LP money. So yeah, that was big. And yeah, you helped me. Yeah, I can't find the word in English, but you helped me just bring clarity into everything we had in our minds.
Awesome. When you knew that you needed help and you were looking, if you came across my content, so was there anything that made you almost say no to working with me? Some doubt in your mind that you overcame?
Yeah. I think it was two things mainly. The first thing, of course, we're early stage, and we weren't sure if the investment was worth it. So I think that was a thing. But after we talked once, I was like, yeah, there's something. And then we talked another time, and then I was like, okay, this is the best investment we can do. This was the first thing. I think the second thing was I wasn't sure if I would actually need support, because I was already successful raising 1.5 million euros in pre-seed. I'm a not natural born, but I became a very good salesperson. So I was wondering, like, do I actually need that? But in hindsight, 8 or 9 weeks later, I know that it was one of the best investments we've made in the past 12 months.
Awesome. Love it. Is there anything
I love it. I love it.
Is there anything you'd recommend to people who are kind of on the fence right now?
You mean other founders?
No, yeah, right. People not quite sure if they need help or if they should work with someone like me.
Yes, talk to Uli first and foremost, because from Uli, from you, I learned how to structure things and how to also handle objections, which sounds weird when I say this, but what I mean by that is, and this is, I think, like a skill that I wasn't aware is extremely important. From you, I learned that it's extremely important to understand what the main question marks might be that people talk about or not talk about. And I think from you, I learned that that's not along, by the way, that I was always looking for in all the VC meetings. But from you, I learned that, like, how to figure out how to get to the core objection.
The deal breakers.
And, exactly. And every time, and what I would suggest other founders to do, like, if you feel similar to how I felt, like you've raised a successful pre-seed round, but now it's about, raising a bigger round in order to support your big vision, but you feel insecure about the story you want to tell, and you want to make sure that others see what you're seeing, talk to Uli. Like, I'm a very structured guy, but in a weird way, I wasn't able to structure everything that we had in our heads within the founding team. And Uli is fantastic at breaking things down extremely clearly. I thought I'm communicating clearly. And I understood that I don't yet. So yeah, talk to Uli. Just like, if you have questions, talk to Uli. Just invest that 30 minutes.
Awesome.